this is Mike Sayer, your 401k advisor here at CUI Wealth Management. Let's talk about some of the fiduciary responsibilities you have as a fiduciary of a 401k plan. And keep in mind that often people don't realize that they're fiduciaries, so it's important to figure out who is a fiduciary in your plan and what their duties and responsibilities are. So let's talk about fiduciary responsibilities in a very broad scope. And to do this, let's start by defining what a fiduciary is. A fiduciary is a person or entity with a legal and ethical obligation to act in the best interest of another party. For example, in 401k plans, a fiduciary is a person or entity responsible for managing the plan and its investments. Several critical fiduciary duties and responsibilities are involved in managing a 401k plan, so here are a couple of these duties. First is a duty of loyalty. The fiduciary must act solely in the best interest of the plan participants and their beneficiaries, putting their own interests aside. This duty requires fiduciaries to avoid conflicts of interest. Conflicts of interest come about when individuals have split interests. A typical example of this I see in the real world is when people decide to hire their advisor simply based on the relationship they have. And specifically, I see this a lot where people say that they're hiring the financial advisor because that financial advisor is the son-in-law, or that financial advisor is the neighbor. But as a fiduciary, you need to be able to show that you had impartiality in deciding on those service providers and that you have reasons backing that up, and not just solely based on the relationships you already have. The next thing is the duty of prudence. Fiduciaries must act with care, skill, prudence, and diligence that a prudent person would use in a similar situation. This duty requires fiduciaries to understand the investments offered in the plan and to monitor those investments, and to make sure changes are made when necessary to ensure they continue to be appropriate for the plan's participants. At CUI Wealth Management, we always talk with our clients about the importance of having a process. Choosing the right providers, the right investments, and the plan design are all important. But the question should be, how did you come up with those decisions? What was the process that you used? What were the metrics that you used to evaluate and compare the options? The next duty is the duty to diversify. Fiduciaries must diversify the plan's investments to minimize the risk of significant losses. This duty requires fiduciaries to offer various investment options to the plan participants rather than relying on a single investment or asset class. But make sure you distinguish this duty of diversification from the importance of selecting prudent investments. For example, sometimes plan fiduciaries put together a large selection of investment options without due diligence. They think that the variety will excuse them of the obligation to carefully select appropriate investments. The next responsibility is to pay only reasonable plan expenses. Fiduciaries must ensure that the plan's expenses are reasonable and necessary. This duty requires fiduciaries to understand the plan's associated fees because fees can erode participant assets over time. And costs are not a bad thing in and of themselves, but you need to justify those costs with the appropriate value. Knowing your retirement plan fees can help you benchmark and negotiate those fees. Our team here at CUI Wealth Management helps our clients benchmark and negotiate provider fees. Providers are required to provide fee disclosures to participants and plan sponsors. Requesting those documents is a great place to start. Next is to follow plan documents. 401k plans allow for a lot of customization. However, retirement plans must follow their plan document and provisions they adopt. For example, in 401k plans, you can adopt the option to allow loans. However, just because 401k plans in general allow for the option to take out a loan, if your plan has not adopted that provision, you cannot simply let someone take a loan out. If you need to change your plan design, talk to your advisor or third-party administrator to look at your options. I hope this has been helpful. Reach out to our team if you have any questions or have any needs. Once again, Michael Sayer, your 401k advisor here at CUI Wealth Management.